Alright, this is Trent with Sally's Pit Report. I'm going to hang out here with Aria from For All I Am.
What's up?
You guys are on the InVogue Records tour and stuff.
Yeah.
How's that going so far for you?
It's been insane. Like, a lot more kids than we thought would come out. A lot of people coming out for us, which is cool. The new album is obviously connecting really well, and it's sick to see people coming out and knowing all the words and stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Alright, sweet. Talk about the new album a bit, you know, what it's about and stuff, and what the whole concept is.
There's a lot of specifications within the album itself, but the general gist of the concept is like No Home is a representation for your own mind. So it's basically saying you're not comfortable in your own mind, and a lot of people at night go to bed and, like, you know, talk to themselves essentially. And if you're not even comfortable with your own voice, you kind of feel like you're homeless in a way, or you don't have a comfort zone. So it's kind of a representation of that.
Yeah. So. From the first listen, you know, one can, like, you know, hear a total difference in sound from the previous releases and stuff. So, like, you know, when I've heard it, you know, I've seen, you know, some influences, you know, from the new stuff that Colin Morale's doing, you know, a little bit of bands like, you know, the Sworn In type stuff. You know, what bands have influenced you guys over the past, you know, year or so touring that's influenced this record some?
Well, the weird part is the music was written like 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Actually before all these bands came out, sounding like all that, which is cool because it's, you know, people are eating up those bands too.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But you know, main influences, vocally, definitely Architects, Under Oath back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A little bit of Bring Me the Horizon in there, and obviously you got to put your own twist on it.
Oh yeah.
I brought my own
yeah.
elements too. I actually started doing clean vocals too on this record.
Oh wow.
This is my first record doing clean vocals and screams. Which that's probably why it sounds a little bit different too.
Yeah.
And then for like instrumentation, we try not to pull influences from other bands in our genre.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of washed up now, and a lot of bands sound the same. So, as you can see in the record, there's like that metalcore sound that we've always had, like Skinwalker, Lone Wolf, and then we brought new elements of like alternative rock and, like, you know, stuff we're not comfortable doing. Like, for example, Young Grave. That song is completely different from everything else. And, you know, we're just trying to like test our musical abilities. You know, every album will be different from one another. So yeah, no, just trying to keep the fans surprised.
I got the number, you know, mixed with mine, but you guys have a video for 6 Sold or 60 Sold or
6 Sold.
6 Sold.
Yeah.
So was that kind of like going back to like the voices talking to you at night, you know, talking to yourself kind of thing, you know, or what's that video about and song?
That song actually, bro, when I was like going through some, you know, hard shit, and I actually felt numb. I didn't have dark voices in my head or anything, but I felt numb to life. I didn't really want to wake up. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't even want to eat. So, you know, that song is, you know, it says no soul, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, you really don't feel like you have a soul, and there are a lot of people that feel that way, especially in high school. When you get bullied or like you have so much anxiety from schoolwork, you kind of feel numb to everything, like desensitized, and especially with social media, desensitizing this whole music industry in general. But yeah, it's pretty much like being desensitized to things and kind of existing, you know. Yeah,
going off the whole bullying thing, you know, your band's been a band that, you know, taking up for the kids, you know, they stood there, you know, for that kind of stuff. And you know, there's some bands, you know, who say, you know, or people who say that, you know, bands have saved their lives. It's, you know, BS for the most part. That how do you feel about that? Do you think like a band can save someone's life, or?
I really don't like how people say it's BS or they say it's valid, because everyone has their own experience with music. You can't really just be like, no, music didn't save your life. You don't know that. You're not in that person's skin. You don't know what experience they're having with music. Maybe they did have a gun to their head and they put this one song on and it saved them from pulling the trigger. I've talked to people like with that situation. So if anyone say it's BS, honestly it's BS that you're even, you know, saying how someone's life is when you're not in their own life. So that's BS in my opinion.
So for people who are like struggling with that kind of stuff, who might stumble upon this or whatever, what thing would you like to say to them?
Like if someone
if someone watches this and, you know, they're like, oh, you know, that's me right there, you know, what would you say to encourage them?
The biggest thing I've gone off of in life, like, because I deal with a lot of stuff just like everyone, just like you, just like him, just like everyone in the world, like we all have our own problems, is don't have expectations, you know, just embrace everything, take it how it is, you know, your attitude and behavior really depicts your mood and how you're going to deal with things. That's not what happens to you, because there's people in Africa that can't even eat, but they're not complaining. They have that attitude. Maybe tomorrow I'll have food. Maybe my parents will bring me water, you know? Instead of complaining all the time, like people in America that are equipped with huge houses and lots of money, still complaining. Like, it's just attitude, behavior, embrace everything. That's really all I have to say to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with this new record out, so you said the fans have been enjoying it and stuff. What other stuff? I guess a little bit deeper, you know, with the lyrics and stuff. You know, you talked about your personal struggles, you know, that kind of stuff. What else can fans like hear on the record?
It's not all written about me, which is like kind of unpopular for vocalists to do because they kind of write what they want to relate to. But I believe there's 4 other members or 3 other members in the band that are in the band too. You know, so they should also have their input on the album. So in the studio, we like sat down. We just had a huge talk. We didn't say let's write lyrics, let's write a song. We're just like, guys, like. It's been 2 years, like we've been touring, you know, we've gone through this and that, you know, what do you, like, how do you guys feel, like, after all of it? So we just had a huge talk, and after that I kind of formulated the concept, went through all the songs, so it's not only my struggles, but it's also, you know, fans that have come up to me and said their struggles. I wrote about that, I wrote about the band in general, because being on tour is so hard, like, as all you guys know, like, it's really hard, it's not for the money, it's for the passion, but sometimes the money does get in the way, and it does really demoralize what you're doing, and you know you're kind of questioning like, should I even do this? You know, I wrote about that. You know, I wrote about pretty much anything we've all gone through in the past 2 years in the band. Cause it's been like the hardest experience. You know, we lost a key member. He was like our best friend for a long time, so that kind of sucked. We switched record labels. That was really stressful. We had a point where no one really believed in us anymore, and they're just like, for all hands, kind of done. You know, there has been. But we've never been anything. So it's like, how you a hazard when you haven't been anything? And like, but we've always, you know, kept heads strong. You know, we said, you know, we just love playing music. Like, fuck it if there's 5 kids in there. Fuck it if we make no money. Like, we just want to play on stage because realistically, that's our escape in life. Because when we're back at home, we all go crazy. You know, we're all just like, let's go back on the road. Who cares? Like whatever. You know, even one show helps. So you know, playing is like our medicine.
Yeah.
So it's been really easy for just to keep going and keep the dream alive. And we're more motivated than ever right now. So
just talking to you, I can tell you're really passionate about this, you believe it and stuff. But you know, a lot of times, you know, a lot of bands, you know, do you feel like a lot of times bands say that stuff as a marketing scheme or as a cliche kind of thing to get people to listen to them? You know,
unfortunately, that's like the human behavior. We like to lie just to sell.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure a lot of other band guys say this, but I am actually in it for you know the music and the passion. I really don't care about money. I don't care about if people like my band. Like, if you like it, awesome. If you don't, awesome. You know, whatever. It's music. It's art. It's an expression. So, as long as you got that mindset, you'll always want to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff, you know, with bigger outlets such as, you know, publications and stuff that kind of like push stuff as far as like fans using their phones at shows to the, you know, kind of forefront, and you know what can a fan do? You know, pay for the ticket, but the band, you know, doesn't want them doing this. How do you feel about the whole, like, I guess the stuff going on about the whole stage diving and whole cell phone things? It's all kind of like,
dude, you got badass questions, man. That's awesome. I don't know. I do kind of feel the whole like phone thing. Like I said, it does. Like, technology in general kind of desensitizes our society, but realistically, man, that's their fucking hard work. Money, you know, they earn that money. They earn that show. They can do whatever they want. As long as they have a good time, like, that's cool with me. You know?
What about jumping on stage with you taking a selfie mid-performance, like some fans have experienced?
This tour, I heard that every time I die, the guitarist kicks someone's phone out of their hand, which is crazy. I would never do that. But if someone's taking a selfie, I'll just be a good sport about it. You know, I'll hold a peace sign, like, you know, let's take a selfie. And like, some people think that's fucking cool. They're like, damn, this vocalist is so interactive. He doesn't have such a big head where he could not take a selfie with me. You know, like, I view it that way. So I just, like I said before, embrace everything, and your attitude and behavior really depicts everything. Yeah.
Do you think there's a line though fans shouldn't cross when it comes to shows with their favorite bands and all that? Like, what sense of entitlement a fan has towards their band? I guess a lot of people think they expect something out of the band, that the band should allow them to do things and stuff.
That's a huge misconception. Like, yeah, if you support my band, it doesn't mean you could be all up in my personal space messaging me every 30 minutes, asking me ridiculous questions. Like, that's when it goes beyond, you know, the line. Like, personal space is a huge thing, because we're all human beings here. Like, although I'm a musician, like, I have feelings too. I have bad days just like everyone else. Like, sometimes we want to be left alone. Because we're traveling. We're not home. You know, we don't feel comfortable all the time. But yeah, like I said, that's about it. Like, just don't invade personal space. Other than that, like, everything's cool in my book. Like, I'll sign anything. I'll take photographs for free.
What's the craziest thing you've signed so far?
Well, the typical titties. I've signed titties before. I guess that's weird. But the weirdest thing, okay, a unique thing, I guess. It's not weird, but this fan rolled like a couple blunts for us, and instead of being like, "Yo, can we smoke it?" they're like, "Can you sign my blunts for me?" So I just signed their blunts, and
oh my gosh,
took it home. That was weird.
So I've never heard of a band talking. I've never heard that happen before
unique.
ever. That's
sure.
pretty unique.
Yeah.
Going into 2015, can you expect some big things for you guys that you can talk about yet, or things under wraps you can't really touch?
Definitely a lot of things up in the air. We got a tour in January. I'm sure I could talk about this. This will be released soon, but we're doing a tour at Palisades. They just got announced for Warped Tour, so that'd be pretty cool. We have tours throughout the spring. We're working on the summer right now, seeing where that's gonna go, and hopefully everything works out. But yeah, just a lot of touring. You know, keep pushing the album, get it out there as much as we can. It's crazy because it's already almost sold as much as our last album, and it's only it's only been a month and a half. So
yeah, wasn't that
thank you guys.
Yeah,
that's so cool, like so humbling. But other than that, just keep pushing the album. We're gonna keep putting content out there, tour updates, playthroughs. I'm gonna start doing vocal covers for fun. You know, just, you know,
kind of pulling all last night kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. I love those dudes. So everything they're doing is awesome.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, stuff like that. You know, just more content on the internet.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so I believe that wraps it up here. This is Aria from For All I Am, and I'm Trent with Southeast Pit Report. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, later guys.